Please help our YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, share.
Welcome to the Dead-Celebs podcast with your hosts, Brent Novak and Tana Satterley.
Celebrities who died in February 2024.
Mark Gustafson, the Oscar-winning co-director of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, died on February 1st. An animator and director, Gustafson's career in animation began in the late 1980s, taking a variety of forms in addition to the claymation work he would become known for. His early work includes the TV special Claymation Christmas Celebration and the Emmy-nominated Meet the Raisins special, which starred the California Raisins. Later, he would direct episodes of the Eddie Murphy-led series The PJs. Gustafson would go on to work as the animation director for Wes Anderson's Fantastic Mr. Fox and lead the claymation sequences in A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas. Their work together on Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio would win an Oscar for Best Animated Feature in 2023, as well as a Golden Globe, 3 Visual Effects Society Awards, and 5 Annie Awards, including an award for Outstanding Achievement in Directing. He was 64.
Carl Weathers, the actor and former pro football player best known for his work in the Rocky movies, died on February 1st. Weathers' family said in a statement that he died peacefully in his sleep. After playing for the Oakland Raiders, Weathers rose to prominence portraying rival boxer Apollo Creed in Rocky, serving as the antagonist in the original 1976 film and the 1979 sequel, Rocky II, before becoming a friend and ally to Sylvester Stallone's Italian Stallion in Rocky III, 1982, and Rocky IV, 1985. He also starred in projects like Predator, Happy Gilmore, Arrested Development, and the Star Wars spinoff show, The Mandalorian. He was 76.
Wayne Kramer, the guitarist who co-founded the photo-punk rock band MC5, died February 2nd from pancreatic cancer. Born Wayne Kams in Detroit in 1948, Kramer founded the MC5 alongside Fred Sonic Smith. MC5 gained a following for its energetic performances and left-wing political platform, at one point performing for 8 hours straight at the infamous protest against the Vietnam War in the 1968 Democratic Convention in Chicago. MC5's live album Kick Out the Jams and studio album Back in the USA were both heavily influential on the blossoming punk subgenre, and the group helped mentor other prominent bands like the Stooges. Kramer launched a successful solo career in the 1990s, and he later collaborated with artists like Rage Against the Machine, Bad Religion, and fellow Detroit rocker Alice Cooper. Kramer also helped compose the scores for Eastbound and Down, Talladega Nights, and Step Brothers. He was 75.
Don Murray, who received an Oscar nomination for his role in Bus Stop, died on February 2nd. Murray was known for his performance in the Joshua Logan-directed Western, where he played opposite Marilyn Monroe as a love-struck cowboy who falls for a beautiful saloon singer. Following his breakout performance in the drama, Murray went on to appear in films including A Hatful of Rain, Shake Hands with the Devil, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, and Peggy Sue Got Married. In the late 1960s, he led ABC's one-season Western, The Outcasts, and a decade later starred in the Dallas spinoff, Knots Landing. The actor also appeared in the 2017 reboot of Twin Peaks. Murray is survived by his 5 children. He was 94.
Toby Keith. Country music superstar Toby Keith died February 5th following a 2-year battle with stomach cancer. After launching his career with his debut hit, Should Have Been a Cowboy, the musician released a string of successful genre songs over the next 2 decades, including his biggest hit to date, 2011's Red Solo Cup, and the divisive September 11th inspired song, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, The Angry American. He was 62.
Pose actress Cecilia Gentili died on February 6th from an undisclosed cause. Gentili was a dedicated advocate of advancing LGBTQIA+ causes, including HIV/AIDS awareness and equity for sex workers and transgender people. She also appeared on Ryan Murphy's FX drama Pose as Miss Orlando. She was 52.
Henry Fambrough, The singer known for his work in the R&B quintet The Spinners died February 7th. The singer, who retired from the group last year after over 70 years as its baritone, died of natural causes at his home in Virginia. The group formed in 1954 just outside of Detroit as the Domingos, before changing their name to the Spinners in 1961. For the next decade, the Spinners recorded numerous singles and 2 albums under Motown Records. They found more success after switching to Atlantic Records in the 1970s with songs like I'll Be Around and How Could I Let You Get Away. He is survived by his wife and daughter. He was 85.
Tony Ganios, best known for playing fan favorite character Meat in the Porky's films, died on February 18th. Ganios made his on-screen debut as Perry in the 1979 coming-of-age film The Wanderers. That film also starred Ken Wall, and the two would reunite years later in crime series Wise Guy. Ganios followed The Wanderers up with 3 films in 1981, Backroads, Continental Divide, and Porky's. Ganios starred in both sequels to the teen sex comedy 1983's Porky's 2, The Next Day, and 1985's Porky's Revenge. He also had roles in Body Rock, Die Hard 2, The Taking of Beverly Hills, and Rising Sun. His other television credits include the TV movie Ring of the Musketeers and stints on The Equalizer and Scarecrow and Mrs. King. He was 64.
Pamela Salem, a British actress known for her work in the James Bond and Doctor Who franchises, died February 21st. Born in India, she attended Heidelberg University in Germany and the Central School of Speech and Drama in London before starting in repertory theater in Chesterfield and York. She played the character of Toos in the 1977 Doctor Who adventure, The Robots of Death, and 11 years later portrayed a different character, Professor Rachel Jensen, in Remembrance of the Daleks. Salem reprised both roles in audio plays produced by Big Fish Productions. Her other screen credits include the 1983 James Bond adventure, Never Say Never Again, in which she played Miss Moneypenny, as well as a TV series, Blake 7 and The West Wing. She was 80.
Chris Gauthier, an actor known for series like Once Upon a Time and Smallville, died on February 23rd after a brief illness. The English-born Canadian actor had notable roles as Cafe Diem owner Vincent on Eureka, the villainous Winslow Schott, aka Toyman, on Smallville, and first mate Smee on Once Upon a Time. He also enjoyed memorable turns in Freddy vs. Jason, Watchmen, Supernatural, and a series of unfortunate events. He was 48.
Kenneth Mitchell, best known for playing multiple roles in Star Trek Discovery, as well as Carol Danvers' dad in Captain Marvel, died February 24th after a 5-year battle with ALS. Mitchell portrayed the Klingons Kol Sal, and Tenavek, as well as Aurelio on Star Trek Discovery. In addition, he voiced several characters in an episode of Star Trek Lower Decks. Mitchell also had recurring roles on Jericho, Ghost Whisperer, Switched at Birth, The Astronaut Wives Club, and Nancy Drew, among others. And in 2019, he was featured as Joseph Danvers in Captain Marvel. He was 49.
Jackie Lawfery, the first Miss USA who segued from the pageant world to a career in film and television in the 1950s and 60s, died on February 26th in Los Angeles. Her death was announced on social media pages of the Miss USA organization. It is with great sorrow that we share the news of Jackie Lawfery's passing, a pioneer who made history as the first ever Miss USA in 1952. Jackie Lawfery will always be remembered as a trailblazer in the world of beauty pageants. Her grace, poise, and intelligence captivated audiences and paved the way for future generations of women to shine on the stage. She was 93.
Richard Lewis, the actor and comedian known for his neurotic humor, his distinctive delivery, and his long-running role as fictionalized version of himself on Curb Your Enthusiasm, died February 27 after suffering a heart attack. Lewis announced his retirement from stand-up comedy in April 2023 and disclosed that he'd been living with Parkinson's disease. He first rose to prominence with a stand-up in the 1970s and 80s, becoming a fixture on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, Late Night with David Letterman, and other late-night programs. He worked on Curb with longtime friend Larry David from the show's first episode in 2000. and his other screen credits include Robin Hood Men in Tights, Leaving Las Vegas, Seventh Heaven, 2.5 Men, The Simpsons, Alias, Everybody Hates Chris, Law and Order Special Victims Unit, Bojack Horseman, She's Funny That Way, and Sandy Wexler. He was 76. Michael Jones, the former pro wrestler who is best known by the ring name, diagnosed with stage 2 colon cancer. Born in Wilkinsonburg, Pennsylvania in 1962, Jones began wrestling under the name Soul Train Jones in the Championship Wrestling Association in 1985. He changed his moniker to Lucius Brown when he moved to the WWF in 1986. Then took on the name Virgil Persona in 1987. Virgil was Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant's corner when they faced Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage at SummerSlam 1988, and eventually turned on DiBiase after years of allyship. He also trained Roddy Piper and later wrestled in the National Wrestling Conference and World Championship Wrestling before retiring in 2000. He was 61. Check out our sister podcast, Talk Murder to Me. Step into the captivating world of true crime with an unexpected twist of humor. With John's compelling narrative and Jen and Nicole's amazing banter, this podcast offers an entertaining and unique approach to true crime storytelling. Talk Murder to Me can be found on any podcast platform, also streaming live Saturdays on YouTube. For a legal disclaimer, please visit www.dead-celebs.com. The Actor Factor brings the industry knowledge to you firsthand from professionals, including working actors, directors, managers, and more. Find it anywhere podcasts are streamed.
If you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, please reach out. Help is available. Dial 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.